Alright, what's up yins guys? Time for another video. I'm going to do this video based on a YouTube video that I saw off of a YouTube channel from a black gentleman. Hell of a guy. In fact, he was around when I first started YouTube back in like 2012. One of the first YouTubers. Pretty cool black gentleman. Right when I first started YouTube. One of the first YouTubers. I have a list, a handful, a couple people that I know. But anyway, his video was some shit that I like to talk about that I've seen and I made remarks about. He says why, in his video, he's talking about why lots of kids are actually avoiding college. There's a lot of people going to college, but there's a lot of people also avoiding college. For one thing, I agree with what he's saying. And everybody was saying, the debt you get into is worth it, is not worth it, is like far from worth it. Very expensive, and then if you do graduate, you're paying for that shit for the rest of your life. Or some people just don't pay too. They don't pay it, I think a lot of the people that are avoiding college too, it ain't all just about the debt. They figure, some people will figure, so I get in a lot of debt, I just won't pay it, and then it'll get me the piece of paper I need, it'll get me a job, and, I also saw YouTube videos, like, off the subject years ago, where these kids were saying how college is a scam, and I'm talking in parentheses about that, and it is. And for one thing, a lot of the ones that are avoiding college, they're learning off of their friends, the debt, and, with no guarantee that they're going to get a job somewhere. And it's all, when you even get jobs places too, it's all about who you know and whose ass you kiss or whatever the hell too. And what's also discouraging these kids for college too, along with the college anymore isn't a place to learn anything technical or to get the degree, anything. Oh no, it ain't just for that now, it's about the activism. And what a lot of these people were doing, that's been going on for like forever. And if any college, for example, would have rules, about behavior or whatever the hell, if any college out there at any moment in history ever tried to make any rules, it's a place to learn. You want to have recreation and have fun, play sports, have maybe little parties or gatherings in moderation. But no, instead of activism, colleges don't want to say no to it. If there's anybody that ever tried, they're afraid the kids and their parents would get mad. Some of the mommies and daddies are paying for this college, and their rich mommies and daddies will get mad, and people will just get mad and go somewhere else. And yes, there were colleges that said, we'll take the extra people. You're just a customer or whatever. Oh, and also not just with rich daddies, these spoiled kids, rich daddies. A lot of people, the government subsidized college. And I'm not putting it down. It's good for people that are like poorer and they want to get somewhere, both black or white. I understand that. But now, different theories. I don't want to make whole videos about it, but in a nutshell, how come you got government subsidized students over there? Yeah, in a college, it's supposed to be learned, whether it's technical skills, get a degree to get a job. And, have Che Guevara on their wall, and they major in protesting and activism. Well, there was also something else, too, which also goes on, which both black or white people, too. I don't remember which country western rockabilly singer sung this, but it was always on the radio. I'm bad with names. You help me out in here if you remember the song. In the lyrics, I forget what country singer, in the lyrics, he goes, when we went to college, and where we majored in drinking and girls, we thought it was funny till we ran out of money, and then they kicked us out into the world. Yeah, a lot of that going on to college. People want to go to college for that. They get about partying. And the reason why I say, the partying, the social shit, and the activism, that dovetails into, guess what? They're doing more of that than they're doing the schoolwork. And the people, okay, the people who see this shit, the ones that are avoiding college because their friends see this shit, they're telling their friends, so they're avoiding college. Because the ones that are starting to avoid college, they're being told by their friends who regretted going to college for this, were the ones who actually did their work, worked hard and tried to study, right? And all these ones that I mentioned, activists, partiers, and all that, all of a sudden they're graduating and getting these degrees, you know what I mean? Because they're cheating, or they got activist professors and teachers. Yeah, we'll fix the grade for you. And not to mention, you know, some of that grant or student loan money they carry in their pockets if they don't spend it on, you know, booze and drugs in their parties. You know, maybe here and there bribing some teachers. Well, if it's not government subsidized money, you get the activist kids with the rich mommy and daddies, but then, yeah, you get subsidized by the government too. And yeah, we're actually living in a country, even though it's a free country, government-backed education that actually condones and encourages, enables these activist kids to have Che Guevara on their walls. Very communist, anti-American things on the walls like Che Guevara, you know, Che Guevara and his buddy in Cuba, you know, when they overthrew Cuba. Yeah, they burned people alive and blew the people up with grenades. Yeah, that's their hero, Che Guevara. Yeah, that's their hero, all right, that's going to free us from the government, the way they see it, it's oppressive. The oppressive government that gives them free college, talking about the ones that get paid for by their rich mommy and daddies. Yeah, people put Che Guevara on their wall, worship a guy that overthrew Cuba and burned people alive with gasoline and blew people's head apart with grenades. Yeah, that's their hero. They worship a guy like that was very anti-freedom, communist, who people were getting eaten by sharks, you know, trying to escape the country, that country to get to this country. Yeah, but that's, yeah, Che Guevara and Castro were so great, and other communist leaders. What was that? Hugo Chavez that died like a decade ago. Yeah, Crimea River. But yeah, that's the kind of people they worship. That they don't like. Oh, but they'll take the government money for college, right? Makes a lot of sense. Worship communist psychosociopaths and slash murderers. Worship those kind of people and put pictures of them on the wall in their dormitories. You get them like that. Oh, but they'll take the government money. Yeah, government that's so oppressive. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we get it. Yeah, we got to take what you give them that way. You know. Forget that the government is actually nice enough to give them that. Or some people say not really. They say some of the government that subsidizes that know what the hell they're doing and enabled it. You know. That could be all kind of shit discussed in another video, but I ain't gonna do that because you got plenty of YouTubers for decades already that are already talking about that, so you get the idea. But anyway, you got this far in this video. It's about what he said, and the other people that avoiding college. On top of that, for the most part, I think are avoiding college because they realize, oh, it's supposed to a place to you got all that shit going on. And you're supposed to learn, and they see people majoring in activism and partying that don't do no work, they're all of a sudden graduating mysteriously and getting degrees, where they struggled, right, and studied, and they're barely passing, and yet these people that, you know, a lot of them don't even show up for the classes, you know, getting people cheating on them, and they're getting degrees. They don't do no work. All activism, socializing, and partying. Don't do no work, and all of a sudden graduating. Oh, some of them do, and they get jobs in government too. How nice. Yeah, definitely no accident. And then once again, I say, the people that see this going on, their asses are struggling to try to get passing grades. And you can also argue too that if you're not an activist, yeah, and you'll study, the deans and the professors and teachers will fuck with you and um, give you lesser grades when you know you got something right. You try to go to the dean and nothing happens. But meanwhile, everybody else is cheating and everything else. Or even if you leave out all those theories, you know, you got all these people that mysteriously don't do no work, but then the people that study their asses off and barely making it. And yeah, they see how the hell that shit happens. And for the most part, they probably also see that they're better off going to a school that maybe that they can actually major in maybe fixing airplanes, cars, um, some kind of electronics, welding, carpentry. Oh, and another thing that I forgot too, go to college and all that stuff too, to try to learn whatever technical skills. They force all this other bullshit, the classes that you have that have nothing to do with the fucking shit you're taking. It's forced on you. Yeah, literature classes, which now they're altering them so other people with other beliefs and that identify as other things don't get offended. Hell, I went to community college for a while for computers, and there was I took one little one little literature class in. I walked out and left and changed it to something else. But literally, I shit you not, the teacher was in the book. The textbook was garbage. It was literally encouraging authors that were banned from back in the day for good reason. Literally, in these literature books, you could ask damn near anybody, talking about really sick ass subjects, really like garbage. I mean, some pretty like sick shit. I mean that I don't want to go on too much about, but very inappropriate and kind of disgusting situations. And you know, it's a free country. You don't want to ban anything, but even in this country, there's some really sick shit that was banned for a reason. But yet, yeah, those some of the other, there's other YouTubers that specialize in all this stuff. I don't got to go on and on about that, but yeah, you got that. And your beliefs and your identity doesn't matter, but everybody else's identity and their identity based on their mental, that's no more than a mental illness that's got legitimized by, guess what, psychologists and psychiatrists and textbook psychiatry writing back in the day literally changed just to justify and to make these other people feel comfortable. So they're literally, you can go to college, like I said too. These people that are avoiding college realize that you can go to college for certain things, and literally, just because you go to college, if you're a corrupt ass person that goes to college, you get this degree, right? The degree literally gives you a license to totally change the textbook beliefs on a subject. So you really got psychosociopaths with degrees that'll change the textbooks and make crazy people sane and good people bad. And like if you're a decent person, you're the most evil person on earth because you don't subscribe to somebody else's delusion. You know, people got degrees now that literally psychosociopaths that get degrees and legitimize their delusions by degree giving them an pseudo authority to literally change the textbook's meanings on certain kind of things that were regarded as abnormal for some reason and behaviors and things, and now they reverse it, turning good people into making them look bad and everything. You don't got to go on and on about that. You know that whole story, but I wanted to get that in there too. People see that shit. There's a lot of people in there. They don't want that shit. A good amount of the population don't want that shit. And they want to avoid college for that. They want to keep their ability to do their own thing and live their own life. even if they don't want to directly be an aggressor and push back against the shit. They are if they don't do that and they don't want to do that, they're more inclined also to go where they can do their own thing and not be bothered by these psychosociopaths that in some cases they'd follow you around. Oh no, you're not going to get out of town and get away from us. We're going to indoctrinate you and one way or another. And the most important part, if you got this far in this video, literally, if you don't subscribe to the sick delusional bullshit that's being taught now, it's almost like, oh, you won't get your degree. We won't recommend you for nothing. We'll make sure you don't get your degree and make sure you don't graduate. And they like you to think you got no other place to go to actually get an income. Hey, you could, why need college and all that stuff? You can go straight somewhere, hands-on, learn to be an auto mechanic. You know, the way they're changing cars these days is learn how to use a tool. That's one example. Go to do something. Yeah, that's what you go to college to do anyway. And if you don't go to college, you go to something, a trade hands-on, that you can become something and make a living or whatever. And that way you don't gotta subscribe to people's bullshit, and you can be financially empowered that way. And in that turn, these psychosociopath, these psychosociopath deans and what do you call it? Instructors or whatever the fuck you call them. Professors. You know what they call themselves. They have no control over you if you just don't go to those schools. Yeah, I think that's a very expensive thing to be in debt. Oh, so that's not a very good deal. You want to be around that shit and be in debt too while you're at it. But like I said, the other ones don't got to worry about it because, oh yeah, not only are they getting people to cheat for them, all these ones I talked about. One thing I forgot to mention, oh yeah, they're mysteriously getting their debts wiped away. And that ain't the freaking Biden forgiveness thing they're talking about either. That was going on for decades too. These psychosociopaths or whatever, you listen to them and you join up with them. Yeah, a lot of them times you don't get a debt. You all of a sudden get a degree and all of a sudden your debt disappears because they know to talk to the right people and get your debt disappeared. And you got to look no further but the people in government who knows far what they're doing too. Probably ain't no conspiracy theory to me. Yeah, they know damn well what they're doing. Yeah, enabling these people and doing exactly what you're told, pretty much. Yeah, all the extra grants. There's more grants, and they'll give more money to people. They give special treatment to certain people. Yeah, we all want to be diverse and tolerant or whatever too, to whatever you identify as and who else you are, or you just came in this country or whatever. But we get a thing we're mixing up equality. They're not mixing up equality. Really, they know what they're doing when they're saying equality, but they're giving people special treatment and certain people more grants than people, and bringing people into certain schools that other people are trying to get into. Special treatment and preference. Oh, but no, that's not discrimination. Special treatment. Some are given more grants and literally special treatment and preferential treatment and everything else. And in my book, okay, that's supposed to be equality, right? You're giving certain other people more grants and preferential and special treatment and more than somebody else, but yet these people are still oppressed or whatever. I don't get it, you know what I mean? Yeah, and then I can go on. If you're black and you don't subscribe to the rest of these psychosociopaths too, you'll get the shaft, and there'll ironically be no NAACP or no special interest organizations suing on your behalf. Yeah, if you're black and you're not obedient. Yeah, if you listen to these black YouTubers that I recommend that you subscribe to, out of spite, they catch you doing that and you're in college, yeah, subscribing to Young Ripa, maybe the black gentleman that's the ex-black police officer, young Renaissance man who does stuff about good music and political at the same time. Yeah, if you're black and you subscribe to the values of the wrong black people, or you happen to be hang with decent religious black people that ain't corrupt. I did videos before, and like everybody else, big religion and big TV preachers, both black and white, are corrupt. But if you have some decent moral religious convictions and care about your family and you're black and you don't subscribe to all the other shit, and yeah, and you won't get no help from the special interest groups. Yeah, you're and the same people that accuse everybody of being anti-Semitic too. We have people in the government who'll say it, that scream anti-Semitic, the squad. Yeah, they're looking for people that might be anti-Semitic and accuse certain people of being anti-Semitic. Oh, but yeah, you're not allowed to be anti-Semitic, but if you subscribe to anything from Ben Shapiro, that's also a Jew, oh, that ain't no good. That doesn't count. Yeah, you're allowed to not like Ben Shapiro. Yeah, there are people that are anti-Semitic and tell you not to be anti-Semitic. That tell you that you're not allowed to like Ben Shapiro. And if you have a problem with Ben Shapiro, ain't that being anti-Semitic? You don't like you don't like that Jew. That's okay. And you get that being told to you by people who also don't like Jews. People like they call the squad and everybody. But it can go on and on about that too.